governments around the world have failed. Since patient zero surfaced, the disease has moved at a geometric pace. Any attempt to quarantine cities has failed. This has become what I consider an apocalypse.
Dr. Rozetta, we're here to escort you to Ingram.
Everything will be fine, honey.
You ever stare one of them in the eyes? Oh, they're lifeless. Kind of like a shark, you know? They do one thing, and they do it really, really well.
There's about 100 of us, or there used to be.
So you think you're ready for it?
We should take all the help we can get, Seth.
The only people you run into out here are either scavengers or the sick.
I grew up around here.
You know, we may not completely know or trust each other. At least we're still human, right?
Out there in the darkness, you pray your heart will stop because you're afraid those things will hear it beating.
Hello everyone, this is Gruesome Herzog. My review today is called Sick in 2012. Here's the storyline. 2 years into the outbreak, the remaining people struggle day to day for survival. With the infected more active at night, 3 people seek shelter in an empty home. But with supplies scarce, they'll be lucky to make it out alive. Directed by Ryan M. Andrews. Written by Ryan M. Andrews and Chris Cool. Tagline: Survive the night. Here's the cast. Christina Ann Aquito as Dr. Leigh Rozetta. Richard Roy Sutton as Seth Copeland. Robert Nolan as Mackay Jacobs. Jennifer Polanski as Claudia Silveria. Debbie Rochon as Dr. Joselda Fahmy. Sandra DeCosta as Betsy. Ryan Barrett as Riso. I want to give special thanks to Ryan M. Andrews for sending me a copy to review for my podcast. Everyone knows I love zombie films. As a matter of fact, I started a site called myzombiereviews.com for new people who want to write reviews on zombie films. Now, here is a different version of a zombie film. Yes, 2 years of a zombie outbreak. You have people surviving, but there's another story inside of a story. You have the military has Dr. Leigh Rozetta to try and find a cure for the virus. She does something to herself that you don't find out till later, so I will not mention that. But what happens is Seth and Mackay, they are a group of people called scavengers. They seek out stuff and steal and however to survive the zombie apocalypse. Debbie Rochon plays a doctor via internet to try and also solve the problem with the zombie virus, to try and do a cure. Obviously, this is worldwide spread. And what happens next is Dr. Leigh Rozetta goes out into the so-called safe zone, which is not safe anymore. That's where she meets up with Robert Nolan as Mackay Jacobs and Richard Roy Sutton as Seth Copeland. They get in a few words. She goes home and finds her parents, but they're all at her house. And again, there's a zombie outbreak. And there's stories inside this house. But there's something happens that I've never seen in a zombie film, is when something happens all of a sudden that you don't expect it. This movie is well made, I should say well shot, well written, well acted. I love the characters in this film. Robert Nolan, I've never seen him in a full-length feature before, besides Worm. A brilliant performance. Richard Roy Sutton was fantastic. Christina Ann Aquito was fantastic. And of course, Debbie Rochon was, like always, a fantastic actress. So, for all you zombie fans out there, this is a must-see. Sick in 2012. And again, special thanks to Ryan M. Andrews for sending me a copy to review for my podcast. You know, I can go on. It's very different, very original, and very cool. Better yet, it's a damn good film. I absolutely enjoyed the characters in this film and the way it was shot, acted, and I loved the storyline. Enough said. This is Gruesome Herzog's Horror Me Review. I give this film an 8.5 out of 10. It's not your average zombie film. It's a must-see. This is Gruesome Herzog's Horror Me Review, and I'm out of here.